Hey guys, it's me. Just a little bit of an introduction to this video. I was going to do this on Facecam, but I'm really tired, so I thought I'd just do it on audio instead. We did it. We hit 2,000 subscribers. Not even a month ago, we hit 1,500 subscribers, so we've gone up 500 in under a month, and we're already well on the way to 2,500 as well. Like, it's honestly amazing that this is happening right now. I kind of can't believe it. Like, my brain is struggling to process it. The videos are being really well received recently. I'm thinking, I'm actually making videos on topics that I like and I'm interested in, fascinated in, and people are enjoying them. I'm now going to continue this streak of lost media documentation with the Predator series. In this episode, we'll be talking about Georgia and the Petaluma, California sting. And I don't know if you heard recently, but some pretty major discoveries for both the Petaluma sting and the California sting. So the Petaluma, California sting and the Fortson, Georgia sting were made recently. And so we're going to talk about them in this video. I just wanted to do a more mellow, laid-back introduction before I got all official and put my well-pronouncing voice on. And again, I'm very tired, so, but I'll make the narration good. I just wanted to ease into this video with, sorry, just turning my phone off, with just a little introduction and a thank you, because without the motivation that you guys give me by clicking that subscribe and those like buttons on the videos, I wouldn't still be making these videos, so thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Why don't you have a seat and we'll talk about it? This is To Catch a Predator, the lost footage and chat logs. Another sting, notable for its endless memorable characters and moments, the Fortson, Georgia sting was conducted in July 2006 and saw 20 men be arrested over the course of several days. Cody Green, who later was rearrested for exposing himself to an 8-year-old at a public pool while out on bail, Rolando Restocruz, or Resto the Molesto, who allegedly offered Chris oral sex in a section that wasn't aired. I'm sure that's true. John Adam Daniels with his Elmer Fudd stutter.
Oh crap. Am I gonna be upbeat? All arrested.
Christopher Cannon, who just wanted to test it.
Yeah, I knew what this was. I just went to test it, that's all.
The number 10 on the most slimy chat logs, Marvin Harrison Smith II. And Jesus Rocks, Matthew Cogburn, just to name a few.
Be careful. Keep your jeans in your jeans. Keep your what? Jeans in your jeans.
As with the Fort Myers sting, there isn't really a lot of lost media to talk about, so this one will be brief. To put it as quickly as possible, no uncut police interrogation footage exists beyond what was shown in the original episodes.
Mr. Gary, I'm gonna lose everything I got.
Do what?
I'm gonna lose everything I have, Mr. Gary.
And all chat logs are available except for one, Abhilash Bhaskaran.
I said, it is for sex, I am not coming. So I'll just make a good friend. I'm educated, I have an MBA.
Instead of facing punishment, he absconded to his native India, so his chat log was never published and remains lost. Some raw footage for predators such as Cogburn, Cannon, Green, and Restocruz have been released, which allows for us to see more of their confrontations. There is one predator, however, who didn't even have his edited segment shown on television, Jacob Kaysen. Although he can be seen approaching the house and making a case at his bond hearing, Kaysen's interview, if it even ever occurred, was not aired. And since his uncut confrontation has not been released either, the encounter with Chris Hansen is completely lost. The only uncut confrontation to partially exist is Cody Green's. It was reposted to YouTube years ago from the MSNBC subscription website and remained unnoticed. It contains his walking up to the house, including an unaired exchange he had with the decoy, and his interview up until the cleanest, best pleasure line. The video then fades to Cody leaving the house and being arrested. The rest of the uncut confrontation is still missing, although this raw footage and original segment could be edited together to create the full uncut confrontation, as closely as possible at least. Another interesting piece of lost media is the phone call that Marvin Harrison Smith's girlfriend had. Phyllis, a very mysterious character in the Temple of TCaP, could very well have been the show's first and only female predator ever caught if she showed up with her partner. Her existence was verified on the aforementioned phone call, and a piece of it was shown in the episode, although it was only the decoy introducing herself to Phyllis, and Phyllis's voice was not heard.
She says her boyfriend would have sex with both of us. As he's doing one of us, he would want us to play with each other. To verify Phyllis was real, a decoy from Perverted Justice spoke to her on the phone.
Phil, how are you? This is Aaron.
Because she was never charged with a crime, her phone call has never been released, and her true identity remains unknown. Some have theorized that Smith was simply pretending to be Phyllis, but this alleged phone call claims otherwise. We'll never really know unless it's found. The Petaluma, California sting took place in August 2006, over the course of 3 days, with 31 men caught. California is just rich in kitty fiddlers. This is another brief one due to the sting being relatively well covered. This is one of the most controversial stings. YouTube has a specific hatred for this sting in particular, so footage of it is often expunged from the site, leading to many having to mirror the footage, filter it, or even chop it up to the point it's difficult to detect. The location is notable for being the site where Polyclass was murdered by child predator John Mark Carr, who was previously a suspect in the murder case of JonBenet Ramsey. Because of the location, a lot of military men and men of East Asian descent were caught in the sting. A few of them even avoided any conviction, one of which is one of the most elusive, shady, and forgotten predators of all time. A couple of the most noteworthy predators in this sting include the Dr. Maurice Wolin and the idiotic professional Jaswinder Cheema.
How old did she say she was?
13.
Wow. I mean, look at me. Do you think I would do something like that? I'm very professional.
Well, I see a lot of people come in here who are very professional.
For years, no uncut interviews or police interrogations were ever available. A pretty big find, Dr. Maurice Wolin's police interrogation was recovered by PEPE, a TCaP YouTuber, and made available on YouTube in May 2023, which was followed by the uncut police interrogations for Vaikunth Soundararajan and Pulkit Mathur. The uncut interrogation footage for Mathur's tagalong, Kanishk Lakhanpal, was only partially recovered, leaving the rest of it lost. According to PEPE, the Petaluma source who recovered these interrogations claimed that all the others had since been lost to time, and will most likely remain that way. All but 6 chat logs are unavailable for reasons I will now get into. Joseph Roisman is a controversial one. A US Navy man, he is known as the one man involved in the sting who was formally acquitted of all charges against him, only to reoffend by exposing himself to a 50-year-old woman and be arrested for various other crimes by the same department a staggering 7 times between 2013 and 2014. Since he was never convicted of his perverted justice crimes, his chat log is unavailable. Chandra Nunna's exact trial outcome is unknown, although it's possible he was miraculously acquitted as well, since he does not appear on California's sex offender registry and his chat log isn't available. Although it was recently revealed that he'd actually spent an additional 5 years in the United States before moving to India and setting up his own company. Pulkit Mathur was much like Sebastian Rodriguez in that he brought a tag-along, Kanishk Lakhanpal, to the sting house. Unlike David Makek, Kanishk actually engaged in a chat with the decoy as well, but he was dismissed of any wrongdoing and not charged due to not showing explicit intent in his chat. Mathur went on the run shortly before the episode aired and absconded before he could be convicted. Both of their chat logs are effectively lost. One of the more mysterious predators, Ernesto C. Lineau Jr., didn't even have a photograph of him publicly available for years until his memorial portrait was recovered. His chat log has been found, he was interviewed by Chris Hansen, and he was formally charged and convicted of his crimes. His actual interview, both uncut and edited for television, has never been released. His police interrogation has not been found either. Other unaired predators who either have their chat logs lost or segments unaired are as follows. Gopichan Pai was a 25-year-old Apple employee and the first man to be shown during the sting. After having some light banter with the decoy while pouring himself some frozen lemonade, Chris told him to take a seat and he complied. His full interview was never broadcast. He later absconded before trial and his chat log is lost. Aminder Singh can be seen briefly walking into the back, talking to the decoy and exchanging a humorous, "I don't know you," followed by Hansen saying, "Why don't you tell me?" He was convicted and his chat log is available, although the bulk of his interview remains lost. Mohammed Aksum was the first man to show up at the sting house. He was not formally interviewed by Hansen, walking around aimlessly for a few seconds before making a run for it. He was convicted and his chat log is available. Jay Mendita only briefly told Hansen, no, I'm okay, before making a run for it. His chat log is available. Eugenio Perez's chat log is available, although it is unknown if he was interviewed by Chris Hansen or not. James Craig Taylor can only be seen briefly as he is taken away in handcuffs. He is not seen again, and it is unknown if he was interviewed by Chris Hansen. His chat log is available, however, and it's an underrated gem. The hilarious stupidity, repressed homosexuality, and racism exhibited in this Alabama-based moron's chat is entertaining to say the least, and it's worth a read or two. The Long Beach sting was conducted in September 2006 over several days, seeing 38 men be caught. It's another especially memorable one, with usernames such as Michael Warwick's "Can I Rape You Anally?"
How do you come up with that?
The 11-year-old hunter Robert Williams,
He sends a live web camera shot of himself while he's masturbating.
the criminal mastermind Maruf Farouk, who sent in a scout for an apparent group sexual assault,
I'm not come for the sex.
I said, it is for sex, I am not coming.
I'm just coming for the meet like friend. I have a girlfriend already.
the reoffending EEPS predator Michael Siebert,
You look familiar to me. Oops. Why don't you have a seat, please?
and the pretend predator Paul Clemente.
Me too.
This sting is notable because a lot of the suspects either didn't stick around or didn't even get a chance to be interviewed by Hansen for various reasons, mainly due to the large influx of predators preventing them from being allowed to enter the house with somebody already inside being interviewed. Although no uncut police or Hansen interviews have ever been formally released, some uncut interviews with Hansen have been partially recovered, mainly consisting of small snippets that were never aired. Those are Michael Siebert, Michael Warwicker, Corey Edgar, the Brian Gosselin clone Corey Andrew Blagg, Farzad Kalantari, and Paul Clemente.
I'm not a criminal, sir.
It was also mentioned by Hansen on his podcast that Siebert had apparently contacted 3 other decoys, but these have not been recovered. The unaired predators are as follows. Luciano Dimas is an uninteresting one. As soon as Chris walked in, he bolted. His chat log is available. Arturo Chirino is famed for his line,
Oh my God!
Put your hands up!
No!
although he wasn't interviewed, his chat log is available. Brandon Franklin was a strange one. In his police interrogation, he claims he has an unspecified, wart-inducing STD that his ex-fiancée gave him, breaking off the engagement as a result. He promised to use a condom so the decoy wouldn't be exposed to his genital warts, so he was quite romantic in that regard. Although it is unknown if he was interviewed by Hansen or not, his chat log is available. Anush Pajand showed up too early to be interviewed by Hansen, although his chat log is available. He can be seen throughout the booking process keeping a calm demeanour and generally not giving a shit as Justin Smith cries and Farzad Kalantari threatens to kill himself. It's pretty funny. Ramin Sarajari was shown during Hansen's introduction to men who didn't make it to the house, meaning he most likely wasn't interviewed. His chat log is available, and he has become well known for his resemblance to Joe Gatto from Impractical Jokers. Ernesto Avila was a fast mover. Originally caught in the Petaluma sting, he was held off for the Long Beach sting, where he went to meet the decoy after only 35 minutes of chatting again. He was not shown being interviewed or even being arrested, appearing in the background at the booking station. His chat log is available, although it is unknown if he was interviewed by Hansen or not. David Franson is a more mysterious one. It is unknown if he was interviewed, but his chat log is available. Little else is known about him, although he can be seen across the table from Ernesto. Mario Martinez, Kevin Laz, and Uri Blazo were all released without charge, so their chat logs are unavailable, and it is unknown if they were interviewed by Hansen. Years later, after being involved in sexually assaulting an elderly woman, Laz's involvement in the sting was confirmed after a police sketch matched the description of the blurred black male seen in the background of the Long Beach episode. Lazo was likely the blurred guy in a plaid shirt arrested around the same time as Lauren Hayden and the Farouk rape gang.